Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is now in theaters. I loved it. I had a really, really good time with it. I don't think it's the best of the Caesar saga, but I would say it's the second best. I put it only behind Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. They went hardcore on some very heavy themes in it that I really enjoyed. Visual effects, next level. I love Proximus. Kevin Durand, by the way, who Anne reminded me today, good Canadian kid. Kevin Durand from Thunder Bay, Ontario, playing Proximus in there. Had a great time. Well, how would it do on its opening weekend? That's been a question. Because, we recently had Fall Guy, a wonderful movie, by the way, Fall Guy, that totally tanked at the box office. So how would Apes do? They were doing projections anywhere from 40 to maybe 50. Could it actually hit that? Well, it hit it and exceeded it. According to the Hollywood Reporter, Westball's Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes brought some much-needed heat to the early summer box office with a domestic debut of $58.5 million and $72.27 million overseas for a global start of $131.2 million. That's ahead of Sunday's estimates of $56.5 million in North America to make the movie the third best opening of the year to date domestically, as well as the second best launch to the series. Now, as a matter of fact, what that also means is that it now becomes the second biggest opening of the Caesar saga. If we go over and take a look at it, the opening weekends for Rise of the Planet of the Apes made $54 million. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes made $72 million on its opening weekend, which was the biggest opening weekend of the franchise. War for the Planet of the Apes had $56 million, and now Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, in a challenging time at the box office when some number of films are underperforming, still managed to come out, become the second biggest of the franchise, $58.5 million. Good on them. That's a terrific start. We'll see if it can have the kind of legs that it's going to need to be able to truly become a big hit, but it's certainly off to a good start. Anyway, Rob, you see these numbers. What do you think?
Kids love apes on horseback with rifles. That's what I always say. No, John, I've loved this franchise since I was a little kid. Again, here's the thing. This franchise always delivers the goods. Even, I was very dubious about seeing Rise, and I was really taken by it. I mean, it's a perfect combination of updating an IP with modern technology, but not losing the core of what that IP is. I mean, we have now four movies in this reboot that are incredibly respectable. They're all worth watching. They're all really entertaining, and they're all thought-provoking the way the Apes films always have been. And I'm just really, hopefully they'll do another trilogy, another 2 movies. It's going to be really interesting to see, because the themes of it, you were pointing out earlier before we went on the air, about the themes about what is morality in the Apes universe, and ape shall not kill ape, and how real morality can be perverted for power purposes by despots, and all of these things have always been a part of the Ape franchise. Real entertainment with real allegorical meaning behind it, and I am just delighted that people still like to go to see these movies.
It's going to be interesting to see how it does in its second week.
Yeah,
because we've got a couple of respectably sized movies coming out. We've got The Strangers. What's it called?
Day one,
whatever. Chapter 1, is that what it is? I think so. And then we've also got If.
It looks really good.
I'm very excited to see it. Of course, written, directed by John Krasinski,
which is already open in Europe and doing well.
It's open in some territories already. The question is, what you want to do, you want to get around that 50% drop mark, because most movies will drop between 50 and 60% opening weekend. Anything over 60% is a little concerning. Anything under 50% is popping bottles. If it can get like around that 50% and hold right around there, not much more than that, which it might, because, If and Strangers aren't exactly the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes demographic.
Right.
So hopefully it can come in around that number, and we'll see what kind of legs it can have. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Cuts Clothing. Let's be real. Most guys would wear a t-shirt every day of their lives if we could. The problem is that most t-shirts are not acceptable to wear at work or out on a hot date. Today's sponsor, Cuts, has finally changed that. Cuts t-shirts are such high quality, wrinkle-free, and so buttery soft that you can look like you're dressing up even when you're dressing down. Yeah, you heard that right. They are wrinkle-free. And for a limited time, you can save money while redefining the dress code by heading to cutsclothing.com and use the code CAMPIA for 20% off. Guys, you know me, when it comes to clothing, my number one priority is comfort, and I could not believe just how comfortable my Cuts shirt was. It was light, it breathed, it felt like $1,000,000, and it made me feel like I looked like $1,000,000 too. And the best part? Cuts clothing is built to last. Their durable construction means you'll be enjoying your favorite shirts and pants for years to come, making them a smart investment for your wardrobe. So guys, for a limited time, our listeners get 20% off your entire order when you use the code CAMPIA at checkout. That's 20% off your order at cutsclothing.com with the promo code CAMPIA. Please support our show by telling them that the John Campea Show sent you. Experience the perfect blend of style and comfort with Cuts Clothing. Anyway, guys, question is for you. Did you have a chance to go to see Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes this weekend? If so, what did you think about it? And what do you think about it making the second most of the franchise, only behind what I think is the best movie of the franchise, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called The John Campea Show Podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.